Good evening, and welcome back to another weekend live edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, of course, welcome back. All right, y'all. I am going to kind of put some music on while we wait for a few more people to jump into the chat room. Thank you all for your patience. I know I've been taking a few days off to let the vocal cords rest, and I'm well. I was supposed to not speak for 3 days, but that lasted about 24 hours, and then I had to get back into what I was doing. But anyway, what's up, Anya? We got my sister Anya in the house, my galactic soul sister. Anya's intuitive. What's up, Anya? Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure when we got the soul family in the house. Thank you for joining, Anya. So y'all, let me put some music on. Y'all know y'all know what we do over here. I like to start it off with a little bit of music, set the mood. Tonight, I'm gonna go with some gospel music. I don't know if there's any type of copyright restrictions on this. I mean, it is a copyrighted piece of music, but this one I felt like it's fitting. This song was kind of in my spirit. Y'all know I switch it up over here. I do some reggae. Sometimes I do some rap, do a little R&B, do gospel. Sometimes I do nothing. I just come right on here. Sometimes I sing la 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 la. That's not how I sing. Y'all know I'll hit y'all with some hit the town in the cold of the night. Looking round for the warmth of a light. There was fog on the road, so I guess no one saw me arriving. I was tired and wake for some time. Then my lights hit a welcoming sign. It said if you're alone, you can make this your home if you want to. All right, y'all, just a little Luther there. Little Luther. I actually went to bed with some old school Luther playing last night, y'all. Just throwback memories to my to some of my aunties who are now ancestors. They used to, back in the 80s, they used to throw the Luther on at night. I go spend the night over their house, hanging out with my cousins or whatever, and they'd have that Luther Vandross record playing with that song playing. They'd have the stars were shining brighter than most of the time, yeah. Then love came out of nowhere, yeah. My aunts, man, they should have been DJs. My aunts had the best records. Anyway, y'all, I got what's up there? We got Maya in the house. We got Angie's memes in the house. We got Hosea 4 and 6. What's up, Bernadette? We got my cousin Natty in the house. What's up, Natty? What is up? What is up? Let me hold you tight. Allie Rue in the house, y'all. If only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away your fears. It would be so nice if only for one night. Y'all can tell I let the vocal cords rest, right? Let me not ruin it. I got to save it for speaking. So, y'all, let me throw a little, this selection right here is from my favorite gospel choir of all time. This is one of my favorites from back in the day. And y'all can tell I just switched the mic up. But I'm going to throw a little of this Milton Brunson on for y'all. This is Through God's Eyes. This one is called Through God's Eyes. And I'm going to tell y'all about why I chose this song in a minute. Because one of my guilty pleasures is, what's her name? What is her name, y'all? Arlette Amunli. Arlette Amunli's Pop the Balloon. It's a bunch of knockoffs now, but she was the originator. So that's one of my guilty pleasures. Sometimes I sit down, I'm chilling, and I pop on YouTube on my Apple TV, and I got to see what's going on with Pop the Balloon. It is hilarious. It's entertainment, y'all. But the last episode I watched, they had a sister on there, and I'm going to tell y'all about her in just a minute. But let me play a little of this song from Milton Brunson and the Thompson Community Choir, or Thompson Community Singers. I don't remember now. The late Milton Brunson. But this was my jam back in the day, y'all. It's called Through God's Eyes. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matthew Telford. And like I said, I hope this one is not a copyright warning where they make me cut it out. But for those of y'all that are here live, this is why you want to come live, because you get to hear music that you probably are not going to hear when we're if I have to take it out, you won't hear it. So what's up, Hot Shot? What's up, y'all? Y'all come on in. Play a little of this song, y'all, and then we're gonna get started talking about this Ascension 2025. Are you receiving revelations about things that were once hidden? If you are, I'm gonna tell you why. I'll be right back, y'all. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. All right, y'all. That was Milton Brunson of the Thompson Community Singers with Through God's Eyes. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining tonight. All right, looks like we got 12 people in the chat. All righty, let me do this before let me do this before I get into why I played that particular song and how to really see yourself through God's eyes. It's actually very simple. Um, I got a question on the board. Mariah Stella, she's Brazilian, and this expression, um, what does a loose bull in a china shop mean? Okay, so Mariah, here's what a bull. It's typically in America. It's more or less you hear it called a bull in a china cabinet, but loose bull in a china shop means the same thing. You have to take the imagery. If you've got a bull in a china shop, so China, I'm not sure if you are looking at it doesn't have anything to do with like the country, but China is like your fine drinkware, fine plates, like really intricate design ceramic plates and cups, teacups and mugs and that sort of thing, little small pots or serving dishes. That's what China is, or fine China. So when you think about the fact that in the China shop, they have those intricate ceramic dishes on display in glass cases. Now imagine a bull running through there and what type of damage that's going to do. It's going to break everything in there. So typically when you hear someone say that person is a bull in a china cabinet, or that person is like a loose bull in a china shop, they're saying that person is very damaging, like they're crazy. There's another saying that we say here in America called off the chain. Off the chain. Think of a wild or crazy dog that you have that barks at everybody, just coming, and then he's off the chain. Like it's like it is an expression that means someone is uncontrollable. So I hope that explained it. Porcelain, yeah, porcelain. Thank you. That's another way of saying it. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, that's the best way to say it. Someone who's like uncontrollable, they're out of control, they can do a lot of damage. That's pretty much what a bull in the china shop is, or a loose bull in a china shop, or bull in the china cabinet. That's what that means. So great question for those of you that are watching, and thank you for my international viewers. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. It's nice to have reach that is across the Atlantic and the Pacific. So it just lets you know that you're getting out there and you have people that are interested in what you're talking about on the different continents. So thank you all for being here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're going to get this party started. If you haven't done so already, please tap that like button for me. It's going to alert the internet land that Matt D. Talbot is live. All right. So thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Now, tonight is actually going to, I'm going to say this boldly, y'all. This is going to be a quick live. This is going to be a short live. All right. There's no reason for this live to go over an hour. I want this to be like short, concise, and to the point. So, Ascension 2025, are you receiving revelations about things that were once hidden? Let me hear you in the chat, y'all, before I move on. Okay. Maya React says yes. Anybody else? Anybody else getting revelations? Anybody else getting revelations? And shout out to my Cancer Moons out there that are watching. If you're a Cancer Moon, you was probably in your fields a little bit today. I had to check that out. I was like, why is my energy heavy today? And then looked at the current moon cycle that's in the sign of Cancer, and I'm okay. So it's in my natal moon sign. That explains it. So anyway, Tora Girl, you too, Tora Girl. Okay, so you've been getting revelations about things that were once hidden. All right. Next question for you guys, a follow-up. Were these things that you were looking for? Were these things that you were looking for? Let me know in the chat before I move forward. Those of you that have said yes to that question, and those of you that are watching on demand, please leave a comment under the video. This is something that I think everybody can benefit from. So I want you all to see that for as much as we are different, we're actually the same as well. So we all come from the same, we're all made from the same base ingredients that are in the same etheric kitchen. All right. I use this example sometimes. I'll say, hey, listen, whether you're making a chocolate cake or a sheet of chocolate brownies, they're pretty much going to be the same ingredients, just different mixtures or different percentages or different amounts of each of those ingredients. So yeah, we all have the same energies present in us. She said, okay, she said, yes, I have been searching. There's a reason for that too. I'm going to get into that. I received some very powerful revelations that I was not searching for. Okay. And sometimes what happens to our girl is we're searching for one thing and we get more, right? It's like somebody says, hey, you know what? Let's go on and I don't do this. I'm just not. Shout out to those of y'all that are brave enough to do it. I don't do it. I'm not about to put on anybody's scuba gear and go dive and go drop down 50, 60 feet, whatever, and see what's under the water. Nah, we ain't doing that over here. But okay, she said true. So to my point though, if you are a scuba diver, for example, and you were just going to go look at the reef and you wanted to go do some underwater photography and take some pictures of the coral reef or some underwater marine life, and you want, well, of course it's underwater marine life. It wouldn't be marine life if it's underwater. So anyway, that was a little bit redundant, but you want to take pictures of marine life. You want to maybe photograph the kelp or whatever. You want to touch the seaweed, whatever you want to, whatever you're going under the water for. But you actually look and you think you see a shell and you move some of the, seafloor sand around, and then lo and behold, it's the top to a treasure chest. You weren't looking for that treasure chest. You just was under there casually looking to see what, marine life you could see and photograph or whatever, and you found a treasure chest. That is how these things happen sometimes too. Sometimes you're looking for one thing and then something else gets revealed to you. There has been a lot of that this week. So if you're watching this video on demand, I want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments. What were you looking for things here recently, the last week, last 2 weeks or so? And if so, were you not looking for something and just found stuff that you weren't looking for? I'm about to tell you guys what that is for. And actually, it's no coincidence that I used the marine life example. So let me do what I do, and that is read the description box copy, because I wrote it, and not everybody reads it, so I'm going to read it. All right. So this is to you, the viewer. I'd be willing to bet that if you have decided to watch this video presentation over the past few weeks, you have been receiving information about people and situations that you were not looking for. Am I correct? If you've been receiving some of the most eye-opening revelations about people, places, things, and events that you have ever experienced, information that you weren't even seeking, believe it or not, there's an explanation for it. Three phrases, divine will, divine timing, and divine purpose. And I have a scripture passage or a portion of a scripture passage here. This comes from Amos chapter 9, verse 6. It is he that buildeth his stories in the heavens, or it is he that buildeth his stories in the heavens. I think it's, in the heavens. I think it looks like I left out an S there and I can't edit it on the fly. The story of why you have recently been having some powerfully profound and vivid dreams, revelations, and inspirations that you may have ever experienced in your life is written in the heavens. And in this live stream, I'm going to reveal the answer by showing you the current positions of the, quote, ordinances of the sun, moon, and stars, as they're called in Jeremiah chapter 31 and 35. And I'll be explaining why they are having such a profound effect on the awakened or awakening collective. And by the end of this video, you will have insight into what is happening during this season, which to me can best be described as ascension and separation, aka the 3D, 5D split. Now, before I get into that, I told you guys I wanted to give you a little backstory on why I chose that song, Through God's Eyes. First of all, it just jumped into my spirit yesterday. I just started singing it. I haven't heard that song in years. It's from one of my favorite albums ever, but I haven't heard that song in years, and I just started singing it out of the blue yesterday. So it was, I'll chalk it up to divine inspiration. But again, I thought about the episode of Pop the Balloon. Is it episode 41? Let me look really quick, y'all. Put something in the chat if y'all watch Pop the Balloon, Arlette Amunli's viral dating show, Pop the Balloon. Y'all put something in the chat and let me know. Let's see. That was what was I just typing in here? I forgot that fast, y'all. See, this is what happens when you're working on about maybe 4 hours of sleep and then you're up doing your thing. Don't do what I do, y'all. Please don't. Sleep is important. It is very important. I was just about to search for something. I know what it was. Pop the Balloon. Duh, Matt. Here we go. Hang on a sec. Pop the Balloon. And there's so many knockoffs out there, y'all. Arlette Amuli. I said Amunli. It's Amuli. Okay, Arlette. Let's see what that latest episode is.
Are you booking the next trip?
No, we're not. Episode 53. Episode 53. Okay, yeah. Episode 53 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. All right. And there's let me close that window because it's going to be running in the background if I don't. Skip, and let's stop that. All right, let's go back here. All right, we're good. Yeah, so in this particular episode, y'all, they had a sister on there. She was one of the dating lineup. And y'all, this is what I talk about. This is what I talk about right here. I'll tell you why I picked that song. Y'all, she was so judgmental. You know how they go through and they ask people to, tell us, she says, tell us your name and tell us, where you're from and what you do and blah, 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 blah. And then they'll throw the Instagram @ up there, whatever. So you can follow them if you want. And this girl, they get to her. She's the second girl. She's the second girl. She had all black on. And she's like, she says her name and she says, when she asked, what do you do? She says, well, I'm a servant of the Lord and, I'm saved. And she just went on and on and on. And I'm like, okay, we got it the first time. Like, you don't have to keep, why are you beating a drum about your personal, like that's your personal relationship with the Most High. Why do you have to keep like throwing that out there? And, there was a guy that she seemed to have some chemistry with, but she didn't like the frequency in which he told her that he went to church. And so she popped a balloon. She was like, I'm sorry, I can't. And I'm thinking, as she was kind of describing herself and she was saying when he asked her the question about, what was some things that she learned from her last relationship or whatever like that, she proceeded to like, well, I hadn't dated since I've been saved, but before I got saved, I did da. I'm like, you sound like you just got saved last week and now you judging everybody else. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all, this is what I do. This is why I do what I do here. So that song, if I looked at myself through God's eyes, if I looked at myself through God's eyes, would I see someone, blah, 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 blah. If I look through God's eyes, what would I see? If you want to look through God's eyes, simply look at yourself in the mirror and examine yourself in truth. It's that simple. I know I just blew a bunch of y'all minds with that. If you want to look at yourself through God's eyes, simply look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself if you're pleased with what it is that you're doing. Ask yourself if you're proud of the work that you're doing. Ask yourself if, and I'm not saying like, be too critical on yourself. Like you got to give yourself some grace. But, one of the things that I think is so important is to be able to, and everybody has different things that they do. Like for me, when I get ready to go to bed at night, I reflect on my day a little bit and I'm like, man, you know what? What could I have done better today? Especially if I had a good day, it's great. I just fall asleep doing something, watching TV, whatever. I'll fall asleep. But if I had a kind of rough day, I reflect on it a little bit. And I'm like, what could I have done better, whatever. And the thing is, y'all, you have to examine yourself. You have to examine yourself. So if you really want to see yourself, the problem with Christianity, as it were, and a lot of these Western religions is that we're taught to look for quote unquote God outside of ourselves. And yet the spearhead of Christianity, Yeshua, Ben Joseph, if you will, or Yahushua, some people, or Jesus, or Emmanuel, whichever one works for you, or Yashia, whichever one works for you, he quoted, or he's credited for the passage of scripture found in Luke 17 and 20 through 21, with verse 21 saying that if they tell you low here, low there, believe them not or whatever, because let me not butcher it. I read this all the time on this channel, but let me just pull it up really quick. And this is not the subject. I just wanted to touch on that because I felt like perhaps there was somebody that needed to hear that. So I hear abstract stuff all the time. Abstract. Let me put that T on there for my English teachers watching. When he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come, let me share this so y'all know that I ain't pulling it out of my fourth point of contact. All right. Fifth point of contact. And y'all can count how many points of contact you have in your body, right? You got two hands, you got 2 feet, and then something else. All right. I'm not pulling it out of that something else, which is the fifth point of contact. Luke 17 to 20 through 21. And let me make sure this is visible on the screen because y'all know stream, y'all be tripping sometimes. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, look here or look there. For behold, the kingdom of God is within you. So if the kingdom of God is within you, if you really want to see yourself through God's eyes, just look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and tap into the source energy inside of yourself. Tap into the God inside of yourself and just examine. Or you can close your eyes and meditate. That's the other way. Because when you open your eyes, you see outside of you. When you close your eyes, you see inside of you. So That's for somebody. Examine yourself. If you feel like you could do better, then do better. All right. But don't let somebody outside of you tell you you got to do better when you think you're doing all right. All right. We all got to grow at our own pace. Now, so that was Milton Brunson, Through God's Eyes. I love that song. I love the chords. I love the movements in the song. It's just a beautiful piece of music. Whoever wrote it, I don't know who wrote it. Anyway, we got B.E. Royalton in the house. Bella here in the house. What's up, Bella? And we, of course, we got Tora Girl in the house. Thank y'all for joining tonight. So now, y'all, let me get on to the meat of this. Ascension 2025, are you receiving revelations about things that were once hidden? If you are, and a lot of you have answered yes, I'm going to show you why right now. Let me open up this, let me share this webpage to the screen. Y'all watch Pop the Balloon? Is it just me? Is it just me? Come on, y'all. I can't be by myself. Y'all let me know if y'all watch Pop the Balloon. Pop the Balloon or Find Love. Oh, it kept my page up there. So I don't have to use that screenshot. That's awesome. All right, let me refresh this. Today is it's May 3rd in the UK now. So, all right. So this is picking up on 6:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time -4. All right, so we're not gonna worry about that. All right, so y'all, let me share this to the screen. I want to show y'all. I'm gonna jump right in here. I told y'all this is not gonna be a long live. I want y'all to learn something tonight. I want y'all to kind of learn what I want to teach y'all what it is that I'm doing here, so you can, when you got questions or things seem to be I told y'all I'm working off 4 hours of sleep. Things seem to be happening randomly. I want you to know that there's no such thing as random, and there's a rhyme and reason for everything. All right. Rochelle Farrell told us that. She says, sometimes love has no rhyme or no reason. It actually does. All right. And that can be found in the cosmos too. Here we go, y'all. So what you're looking at on the screen is the current planetary positions. All right. I want to point you guys to this particular placement right here. I've been talking about this for a few lives now. Let me make this bigger so y'all can see it. All right. I was about to say something sideways, but I ain't hanging out with my boys, so I'm not going to do it. But those of y'all that are quick already know what I was thinking there and why I'm laughing. All right. Let me make this bigger so I can see it. All right. So y'all can see it. All right. Anyway, y'all, I like to have a laugh. My mom ain't here to police me. My mom used to be like Matt all the time when I was younger. She's like, Matt, she's popping in my mouth so much because I used to push the envelope to see how far I could go. You know, why do you always have to do it? Because Mom, I don't know how far I can go until I know how far I can go. Anyway, here we go, y'all. Neptune. Neptune is in Aries, y'all. Neptune is in Aries, and this is why. I'm gonna share a story with you guys in a minute, or some of the details, withheld. But I'm gonna share a story with you guys in a minute. But the reason why you guys are getting these revelations about people, places, things, occurrences, events that you're not exactly, they seem to be coming out of nowhere. It's this right here. It's this transit. And it's a couple of them. Because this one right here, the North Node is in Pisces. I've been talking about that, y'all, since last summer and what that energy was going to look like. Now, what you're having, this column right here is the house. That house number is going to change. It's going to change all the time. I mean, I could refresh the page right now. It's probably not changing right now. Yeah, none of the house numbers changed right this moment. But y'all know that house wheel is moving like a minute hand on a clock. And the houses change signs every 2 hours, right? There are 12 signs and 24 hours in a day. So the houses change signs every 2 hours. Now, just some basic astrology. This is not a deep dive, but I want you guys to understand what's happening here. Neptune. What is Neptune, Matthew? Neptune is water. Neptune is water. Water is spirit. Water is spiritual. Neptune is the ruler of the 12th house. All right. Neptune rules over the sign of Pisces, and Pisces rules over the 12th house. Okay. So what I'm going to show you guys tonight is how a lot of these other planetary placements are affected. There's this interplay between all of the planets. They're not standalone. I know sometimes with some of these day-to-day astrology readers, transit readers, horoscope readers, they tend to isolate the planets. And there's a good reason they do that. They want you to focus on, this is what this particular planet is responsible for. This is the energy of this sign. So this is what's happening right now. And the Vedic astrology goes a little bit further because they look at lunar mansions. I'm not that big into Vedic. I respect the science, but I care more about the tropical astrology system, which is based on the sun. The Vedic astrology system is based on the moon. So they're two different systems. One is popular in the West, the other is popular in the East. We're going to deal with the one that's popular in the West because we live in the West, all right? If you want Vedic astrologers, there's plenty of them out there. Y'all check them out. But this particular placement right here, Neptune rules over the sign of Pisces, which rules over the 12th house bridge. I told y'all Neptune is about visions. It's about dreams. It's about hopes. It is about spirituality. With Neptune being the planetary ruler of the 12th house, the sign ruler is Pisces, but the planetary ruler of the 12th house is Neptune. What do I say in this channel all the time? Neptune is the 12th house is the bridge between the spirit realm and the physical realm. It is the bridge between the natural and the supernatural. It is the bridge between the current life and the afterlife. It is the bridge between the current life and our past lives. So any past life visions that you get, anything that you get from, you getting communication from your ancestors, any of that stuff, you get communication from the Most High, all of that's coming across that 12th house bridge. So a lot of it has to deal with, the things that are happening on a global, not global, I ain't into that. Things that are on a worldwide scale, things that are happening on a worldwide scale, they tend to deal more with where is that planet today? And then sometimes the way that you're affected by that is based upon what sign that current planet is in, and how does that aspect, or if it's aspecting your natal sign. Like I told y'all, today was kind of a heavy day for me because the moon was in Cancer, and I'm a lunar. My moon sign is Cancer, so sometimes you got these different energies that interplay based on where is that particular planet, what sign are they in right now, and how does that affect the sign that you were born under? Because the sign that you were born under is your energy. That is you. So in effect, we're all kind of like these mixtures of think Neapolitan ice cream. Neapolitan ice cream is vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate, right? Think of ourselves as like these Neapolitan planetary energies walking the earth. All right. Because you don't just, they're individual planets in these different places right around the sky, whatever. But each of us has a sun. We got a little bit of sun, a little bit of moon, a little bit of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, North Node. And then if you're into the Vedic, you're getting some of the other asteroids. You got a Chiron placement. You got a Lilith placement. I don't deal with those too much, but we all are mashups of all of these different energies. And so they aspect differently. This is why some people, you're around certain people, the energy just flows and you just get along with certain people great. You don't even have to, y'all just vibe. And then other people, you got to work at it. Okay. And there's some other people you're like, look, I just can't be around that person. That's the reason why. It has nothing to do with the person per se. Yeah, people's actions are what they are, but their actions a lot of time are based on the energy. A lot of times they're based on the energy. So when you're dealing with Neptune, I'll tell y'all this too. Neptune deals with water. It deals with deep water. When you think Neptune in mythology, or you watch the cartoons or the movies, Neptune is the god of the sea, and you see him with this trident, and he's got control of all of the marine life and all this other stuff. Well, the ocean is deep water. Okay, the ocean is deep water. So the deeper you go in the ocean, the more things are hidden. But now that planetary, that water, that ocean ruler, and actually you can see the trident right there. Okay, but this spiritual ruler has transited into the sign of Aries. Aries is the ram. Aries is the warrior. But in this particular usage, or for the purpose of this video tonight, Aries, think of Aries as what it is, which is the ruler of the first house. Aries rules over the first house. The first house is the house of appearances. Okay. The first house, when you're thinking about the first house is the ram. The ram is the head. You see the head of the ram. The ram lowers his head. He's got those horns. He runs in, boom. Okay. Think about what happens at birth. Your rising sign is based on your birth time. All your signs are based on your birth time, but all your signs, like the houses, I should say, are based on your birth time. Your rising sign is your first house sign. So this is why you have to know what time you were born. But that rising sign, that first house sign, has to deal, the first house ruler naturally is Aries. So think of that baby's head as the ram head, boom, coming out and appearing into the world. So it's about appearances. It's about sudden appearances, or something that was destined to appear. If once conception happens and a woman is pregnant, then that baby is destined to appear in 9 months. And if sometimes earlier, people think, oh, the baby came early. The baby didn't really come early. That's the time that that particular child was destined to come into the earth, because they had to come into this earth realm under certain signs. Okay. So that's why I don't even really deal with the whole preemie and stuff like that. That child came exactly when they were supposed to come. Okay. That's how that works. Some people may argue with me, but to suggest that a child comes into the world premature is to suggest that birth is random. There's nothing random. There is nothing random. Everything happens in accordance with divine purpose, divine will, and divine timing. Okay? The Most High has a will. He has a purpose that is linked to his will for something. That will and that purpose are tied together, and those things can only be fulfilled when it is time. So that's how these things go. Now, so I know I took y'all all the way around the block next to get you to the house next door. Neptune is water. Aries is the ruler of the first house. So boom, the rising sign, the appearance. So what is happening is you're getting these appearances of spiritual things that were once covered are now coming out. They're coming out into the ocean. They're coming out of the ocean and coming into appearance. Why? Because it is now in the sign of Aries, which rules over the first house. The rising sign is also called the ascendant. All right. It is the rising. Your rising sign has everything to do with your appearance, how you appear to the world. I'm a Libra rising. People who don't know me, they saw me, they would think I was a Libra. Okay. Until you get to know me, you see my work ethic, then he's a Capricorn. Yeah. That work ethic is, yeah. That work ethic is, yeah. And then you get to know me a little more intimately, and you're like, you know what? He's got that Cancerian vibe, very nurturing, blah, 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 blah. So, but that rising sign is how you appear. So this is why, y'all. This is why you're getting all of this appearances of this information, and you may or may not have been looking for it. But if you were looking for one thing, I guarantee you got more. Why? Because the ram is coming out of the water. Neptune is in the sign of the ram. Now, there's some spiritual warfare happening too. And a lot of this information has to deal with spiritual warfare as well. Some of y'all have been on the spiritual attack and you didn't know it until now. You didn't know it until Neptune transited out of Pisces. It was still underwater. In Pisces, Neptune is still underwater. Aries is coming out of the water. It's coming out of the water and being revealed to you now. So this is why. That's it, y'all. This is why. And you want to look at that degree too. It's in 1 degrees of Aries. So the first degree is a degree of Aries. So you got double strength, double Aries strength. It's coming out forcefully. It's coming out suddenly. That ram will come and hit you. The ram is impulsive. The ram is impulsive. This is why people that have major Aries placements are known for being impulsive based on where that is. Sun, moon, rising. They can have a tendency to be impulsive. I ain't got time to wait on y'all. Boom, I'm going to do it. That's that ram. That ram attacks suddenly out of nowhere. If it feels threatened, if you're this way, whatever, here comes that ram. Hey, I caught the mute button tonight. So now, that explains that. Neptune has to deal with visions, dreams. A lot of y'all are having these vivid dreams that are giving you information. Now, when you dream, you definitely aren't looking for that information when you dream. Sometimes some people can sort of activate their dreams. That's a real thing. Some people on the way to bed, they'll say a small prayer. They'll be like, Father, show me what's going on. If it's something that's been perplexing them all day, say, Father, if it is possible, show me this thing when I go to sleep. Show it to me on the dreamscape. Show me this thing that I'm looking for in the dreamscape. Sometimes you'll get information like that too. That's a pro tip for somebody. It doesn't always work. A lot of times you get more information simply by meditating, because when you're meditating, you're actually just listening to the sound of your breath. You're not looking for anything. So meditation is another way to get this information. But y'all are getting this because Neptune is sitting in the sign of Aries. Now, I told you that Neptune rules over the sign of Pisces too, right? So of course it's going to influence Pisces placements. Nobody tells us that. We're talking about these interworkings now. We're talking about these interworkings. It affects. You know what? I'm going to pause here and skip, and I'm gonna go over and show you guys. Let me stop this and switch. Let me switch windows. I want to share a little story with you guys. Let me read a comment here. What's up, Jojo Mac? Tour Girl said I watched it once and I didn't like it because they were turning people down for dumb stuff. They really do. They really do, Tour Girl. I'm amused by how dumb some of the stuff is. So that's why I keep watching. I'm like, really? You popped your balloon for that? You on a dating show? All right. Anyway, Mariah's about baby Aries. Okay, I like that. Let's see. What's up, chat? Mr. Top, Jojo Matt. Good to be here, brother. Good to be here. Let's see. Bernadette said, although I haven't received any deep revelations lately, I did have a strange dream last month where a former boss of mine showed me a hidden room in the library where I work. I gotta ask now. Did you go and find that room that was hidden? He showed it to you in the dreamscape. Was that room actually where it showed up in your dream? Because that would be like, that'd be mind blowing. Let me know. Let me know. If anyone disrespects Matt T. Talford, I will come to their house. You ain't got to come to nobody's house. You ain't got to come to nobody's house, Maya. You don't. That's cool. I appreciate it. Y'all, Maya Taurus. She the Bulls. They don't play. They do not play. They do not play. She is a Taurus, y'all. Got another Taurus in the house. No, I didn't. Okay. You know what? I have gotten stuff off the dreamscape sometimes that actually helped me in real life. So yeah, that is it. Sometimes it happens that way. God, I wish I could share some of these dreams with y'all on here, but some of the stuff I'm not going to share. But this I will. So let me bring up this other webpage and give you guys an example of what this thing looked like a few days ago. Let me change the window. This is from April 27th. And this is when I noticed this. So I just kind of captured this window. I'm not going to refresh it because I don't want to lose it. But I want to show you how this works too. Because it's crazy when you understand what these different houses are and what the planets are and what they represent. Is this the one? Let me see. Yes. Okay. So now this is a snapshot from April the 27th. Okay. And it was roughly 1:17 in the afternoon Eastern time. Okay. This says 5:17 Eastern. Okay. And it was based in New York City time. Of course, I'm not in New York City, but too expensive. I'm from New York, but New York's too expensive. So now y'all can miss me in New York. Love my New York family, but y'all can miss me in New York. So this is when I first noticed it. Now Neptune on Thursday, the 27th, was that Thursday? Was that just no? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm off. Let me look at something here. No, hold up, y'all. What day was the 27th? That was Sunday. No, this thing wasn't Sunday because today's Friday. This had to be that's one of them. That's one of them. But I had another one a few days ago. Anyway, y'all, let me show y'all what's going on here. So because I feel like I'm rambling and I want to wrap this up. I feel like this is my team now messing with me, my spirit team. Like, yeah, you said he's gonna be done in an hour. Watch this. Let's make him ramble, y'all. Right here. Neptune was in Aries at 0 degrees. Y'all already know what that 0 degrees. I say it on here all the time. That's a degree of ether. So that was communication. I was getting information directly from source that was appearing to me that I was not looking for. Now, here's the funny thing. This is where you got to look. It was at an hour of the day where the Neptune was in the 6th house. The 6th house is ruled by Virgo. Virgo is all about details, analysis and details. So I was getting this detailed information that I wasn't looking for directly from source at that hour. Now, jump down here to Pisces, the North Node. The North Node was in Pisces. I told y'all the North Node in Pisces, that is the Pisces, or the North Node is the direction, it's the waypoint, it's the GPS for the entire planet for the next 18 months. It changes signs every 18 months. So then when that North Node is in Pisces, I told y'all last year, you're going to be getting a lot of spiritual stuff, a lot of revelations. Pisces deals with that deep water, a lot of things coming up out of the subconscious, a lot of mysteries being revealed, secrets being revealed, divine revelations, that sort of thing with Pisces. Again, so that's the North Node. It was also sitting in the 6th house. So we had Neptune sitting in the 6th house, which is the ruler of Pisces, sitting in the 6th house. Neptune in the 6th house, Pisces in the 6th house. I had Saturn in the 6th house. Saturn's also in Pisces. So getting details about it wasn't structure really. It was more Saturn rules over karma. So I was getting details and information about karmic occurrences, the things that I was not looking for. Okay. And then Venus was also sitting in Pisces in the 6th house. So that blew my mind because I was getting information about partnerships at the detail level, getting detailed information about partnerships. Okay. And I wasn't the only one. I got friends. I hit them up real quick. Yo, tell me about, like, are you getting information coming to you today? As a matter of fact, I am. What is it about? Boom. This right here, Venus. Venus rules over partnerships, okay? And this right here, karmic situations, right? And then Neptune is what I told you, it's the water. Aries, appearances. So this stuff was coming up out of the water. It's almost like the water's receding. Y'all hear about what happens when there's a tsunami. That water, that pressure sucks that water out to sea, and then the beach extends way out because it's, and if you see people, they say if you ever see the beach extend all of a sudden and the sea line go all the way back, run for the high ground because it's getting ready to come back with a vengeance. That's a tsunami. That's pre-tsunami. But that's what happens. That water, this information started coming up out of the water. Why? Because you got Neptune sitting in Aries. Then it was at 0 degrees. It's moved into 1 degree now. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. And again, the 6th house is about details. That's Virgo ruled. It's about details. So I was getting all of these details, y'all, that I wasn't looking for. That I was not looking for. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And if you want to look, if you want to play with it a little bit further, again, Virgo's in the South Node. So that's information that we're moving away from. It's information that's behind us, but it's also information that's readily available. Like you don't have to go and look for it when it's in the South Node because it's overdeveloped. It's like there. North Node is what you're moving toward. South Node, you already got it. You're bored with it. You're over it. You're moving away from it. When the North Node's in the 6th house, the South Node's in the 12th because they sit opposite each other. The North Node's in the 7th house. Then the South Node is going to be in what? The first. It's going to be in the first, and it just keeps moving like that. So again, 12th house of that's the bridge between heaven and earth. So you're getting the spiritual information. You could be getting information about past life stuff. It was off the chain. It was off the chain. So let me go back now to the other one, and I'll show y'all what's going on with these other placements, and then we'll wrap up. Because I wanted y'all to just see how this stuff all kind of works together and intertwines. Okay, that's the old one. Let me close that window, and then I won't have it confuse me anymore. All right, let's go back here. Y'all, this is freeform tonight. I really didn't have any notes. I just kind of wanted to come on here and share this because I wanted to see how many of you guys are getting this information. I can't be the only one, and I've got a lot of friends that have been telling me and sharing stories with me. So I wanted to, for anybody that had any questions as to why they're receiving different, revelations, that is what it has to do with. Now, we are currently sitting in Taurus season. We're in this. The sun is in the Taurus cycle. So look at what's going on here. We got the sun in Taurus, right? This is, let me refresh the screen and see if well, it looks like one of the houses changed already. All right, so the moon is now in the 3rd house, and I'm talking, right? And I'm a 10th house Cancer. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. The 3rd house is about communication. At this moment, I'm sitting here, I'm sharing nurturing information with you guys, okay? With the moon and my natal moon sign, and the moon is currently sitting in the 3rd house, and 3rd house is the house of communication. You simply cannot make this stuff up, y'all. It's there. It's there. So the sun is sitting in Taurus right now. It's in the 12th house at this hour, depending on where you are. I mean, that also has to deal with what part of the country you're in too. So that definitely has to deal with your location when you're looking at that house. But y'all, look, we got the sun in Taurus, right? Look at what else is in Taurus. Uranus. Uranus is that energy, is that planet of sudden, unexpected events. Sudden, unexpected events happening with Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus, and the sun is in Taurus. So guess what that means? The sun does what? It reveals. When the sun is out, you can see everything. It illuminates. It is the most powerful luminary in the sky. The sun rules over the daytime, right? The sun rules over the daytime. The moon and the stars rule over the night. When that sun is out, you can see everything. So with that sun sitting in the same sign as Uranus, guess what? For as long as we are in Taurus season, y'all are going to be getting sudden, unexpected activity. Sudden, unexpected activity. Now, Taurus rules over personal possessions. Like it rules over the 2nd house, so it's got to deal with Venusian energy. Like the ruling planet is Venus, so it has to deal with material possessions, that sort of thing. Some of you guys could be getting sudden. Some of you guys could be coming into some sudden money this month. Some of you could be coming into some sudden money this month. Why? Because sudden, unexpected money. Because Uranus is sitting in Taurus. I've heard tarot readers for the last 5, 6, 7 days on pick a card readings on YouTube talking about People getting unexpected income out of nowhere. It's lining up with the cosmos, y'all. And a lot of there are several tarot readers that are well versed in astrology as well, but a lot of them are not. So they're not. I mean, they're shuffling cards. Y'all see how they do it. They're not saying, "Oh, let me do this reading because the sun is in this sign or the moon's in this sign." I'm here to show y'all that energy is energy. Tarot is more of the dynamic energy, like it can change, that sort of thing. The astrology, that is more, it is a little bit more static. I mean, astrology moves too, but it's not as dynamic as the nature of tarot. But to hear that from the tarot community, saying a lot of people are coming into sudden unexpected wealth, sudden unexpected money this month, it lines right up with Uranus sitting in Taurus, which is the ruler of the second house, which is wealth, abundance, income, that sort of thing, money, material possessions. And the sun is in its Taurus cycle. So this is how these things work together. But then when you go back here, again, Neptune is sitting in Aries, okay? Mercury is sitting in Aries. So you could be getting communication about things that were once hidden. Neptune hides things. Neptune hides things that, and they get revealed in divine timing. But it's looking like divine timing is right now because the ruler of the first house, which is the house of appearances, is Aries, and Neptune is sitting in that sign. And it's going to be sitting in that sign a while. Let me flip over here. Let's see if y'all can see this on the screen. Good, you can. Okay. Let's look at, now this is a website that tells you how long a planet stays in a planetary in a sign. Okay. This is SkyDogInstitute.com. Neptune stays in a sign for approximately 14 years. What y'all think that means? What do y'all think that's going to mean? Y'all going to be getting the appearance of spiritual things, the appearance of information, dreams manifesting, that sort of thing happening for the next 14 years. Not just that. Remember, Aries is the sign of the warrior. So you're talking about 14 years of spiritual warfare too. But who's winning it? That's where you want to read your Bible prophecy. That's where you want to get versed in prophecy. I told you, I've been telling y'all really for the last 2 years. This is the end for the dark side. They know it. That's why they're ratcheting up all of this stuff. Y'all see what's going on in Jerusalem right now? My understanding is that they canceled Jewish Independence Day, which was yesterday, which oddly enough, y'all, Jewish Independence Day this year, it changes every year, y'all, because I read up on it a little bit. It is in alignment with the Jewish calendar, which is a lunar calendar. It's not in alignment with the Gregorian calendar, which is a solar calendar. So that's why it's not the same date every year. But I thought it was perplexing. I won't say, I can even say odd, really. But I don't like to say coincidental. I thought it was perplexing that the National Prayer Day was yesterday. National Day of Prayer in the United States was yesterday. And it was the same, it fell on the same day as Jewish Independence Day. But the interesting thing was fire hit from, and they got this massive wildfire in Jerusalem so bad they had to cancel Jewish Independence Day celebrations. They had to cancel it. And a lot of people are fleeing and a lot of people are being evacuated, homes being destroyed. Wildfire in the Holy Land. And that wildfire came on Jewish Independence Day. Y'all make what y'all will of that. Y'all make what y'all will of that. I told y'all, man, this is the season we're in. Neptune, the ruler of the 12th house bridge, the bridge between heaven and earth, is now in the sign of the warrior. Okay? So you're going to be getting these sudden revelations, because Neptune, Aries is about appearances, and Neptune is about things that are hidden, things that are mysterious, things that are buried in the subconscious, things that are buried in deep water. When it goes into Aries, it's got to come up. It's got to come up. It stayed hidden while it was in Pisces, which is its natural state. But when it hit Aries, it had to come out the water, y'all. Y'all going to continue to see stuff coming out of water. Pay attention to these degrees, too, because the degrees have a lot to do with it. Pay attention to the house, because at the time, it's going to happen for you. Look here. 11th house, the house of groups, group activity, ruled by Aquarius, okay? I'm here telling y'all, I'm here speaking to a group. Speech, communication, Mercury in Aries, Neptune in Aries. I'm here speaking to a group about these spiritual matters. And y'all are getting Y'all are getting the appearance of information that you are not looking for. Raise your hand if you were looking for this tonight prior to me putting this announcement that I was doing this live tonight. Y'all, this stuff, nothing is random. I've been telling y'all for years, this is, people talk about astrology is not of God, but Jeremiah 31 and 35 says the sun, the ordinances of the sun, moon, and stars. The ordinances, he created them. So by now, if you still saying that this ain't, listen, you can fly blind and just think the stuff is randomly happening, and that's fine. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Why? Because you reject knowledge. So go ahead and reject it. Go ahead and reject it. Okay. All right. Anyway, so that's that, y'all. Neptune is in Aries right now. It's at 1 degree, and these things are happening. You're getting this sudden revealing of things that you were not looking for about people, places, situations, events, things like that. Okay. Neptune rules over Pisces. So guess what? Some of this stuff has to deal with karma. Some of it has to deal with karma. Some of it is coming from way out of space. The Akashic records. That's Saturnian. The Akashic records. So some of y'all are getting past life information suddenly appearing. Even though Saturn is sitting in Pisces, it's Pisces' ruler. Neptune is in the sign of Aries. So this thing forms a web when you understand how this works. Okay? When you understand how it works, guess what? Neptune also is jiving right here with this. Well, it was Neptune because it rules over Pisces. Guess what? It's jiving with the North Node too. So a lot of what's happening was destined to happen. So this is why you guys are getting this. Nothing's random, y'all. If you're getting information via the dream state or the awakened state that's just coming to you, whether you were looking for it or not, and again, a lot of times you're looking for one thing and you get something else. You get more than you were looking for. This is why it's happening, is these planetary transits. And Neptune right now is in a very powerful position. I told y'all next year, Neptune is going to wobble back. And it's going to stay in Aries. It's going to wobble back into 0 degrees, okay? And it's going to meet up with Saturn in February. Saturn and Neptune are both going to be at that ethereal degree of 0 in the sign of Aries. So you're talking about war, karma, spiritual warfare, war being waged from heaven to earth. I know that sounds like woo-woo for some people, or some people don't want to believe it, but you think it's a coincidence that the Holy Land, the holiest city in the world, is having its most massive wildfire in, I don't know how long they said. I don't know. I don't even remember how long they said it's been. I don't know that they've ever had a wildfire like that in Jerusalem. God ain't playing, man. I've been telling y'all this is coming. All right. Saturn in Pisces. Now, Jupiter is in Gemini. So Gemini is what? That rules over the communication. And knowledge and information. So Jupiter is the sign of abundance as well. I mean, expansion. Jupiter's big. It expands. It is an expander. So you're getting an expansion of this knowledge and information that's being shared as well. Because Gemini rules over not just communication, but information. All of that's happening, y'all. All of that is happening right now. I'm not going to deal with Mars. Venus, interesting, is in Aries. So all of these things are being affected, really, because you got Venus, Mercury, and Neptune all sitting in that sign of Aries. So you guys are going to be getting the appearance of communication, okay? Communication appearing. You're going to be getting the appearance of communication about what? Relationships, partnerships. I'm hearing business partnerships. Things are being revealed in business partnerships, y'all. Blew my mind. I was like, what? Yeah. Wow. No deets. But yeah, Neptune, y'all. Neptune. So that's where we are. Pay attention to what you got in your 12th house, because that 12th house is ruled by Neptune. So pay attention to what you got in your 12th house. See how that's aspecting. Pay attention to any signs, any planets that you have in Pisces. Pay attention to any houses that you have Pisces in. Whatever house you have Pisces in, pay attention to that. Pay attention to it, fam. Because Neptune is sitting in Aries, you got to ask yourself, what house do I have Aries in? Because Neptune is now in my house of blah, blah, blah. For example, for me, Neptune is in my house it's in my 6th house of details, work, daily tasks, health. Okay, Neptune is there. Neptune also rules over dreams, visions, hopes, things of that nature as well. It's also sitting in my 7th house. I got Aries in 2 houses, y'all, because I got intercepted houses. A lot of us that use the Placidus system, a lot of people have intercepted houses. which in some cases it'll look like when you're looking at your chart, you don't have a sign, and you don't have XYZ sign in a house, but it's in there. It's just intercepted. Okay. So, and then you'll see like two signs in you'll see one sign showing up in two houses. So for me, I got Neptune sitting in my 6th house and my 7th house. So Neptune is actually, I got some stuff going on with my 6th and 7th house. Neptune is revealing information to me about my health, my daily tasks. Matt, these are some things you could do better, revealing things about my partnerships. This is how this works, y'all. This is how that works. So that's all I got, man. Y'all got any questions? Tor girl said, "Wow, I didn't know that." She said, "I didn't know that." Yeah, that is exactly how that works. That is exactly how that works. So, if anybody knows what house you have Aries in, you got any questions? You know what? You know what house you got Aries in. You know what you got sitting in your 12th house. You got a question? I'll be happy to answer it. But if not, that's all I got, y'all. And I'm right at 1 hour. I'm right at 1 hour. I ain't going 2 hours tonight, y'all. I told y'all this is gonna be a quick one. Are you receiving revelations about things that were once hidden? It's got everything to do with this Neptune transit. Neptune, water, what I'm drinking right now. Neptune, water, things hidden, ruler of the subconscious, things that are hidden, the mysteries. Those mysteries live in the 12th house, okay? Mysteries live in the 8th house too. You got two water houses that hold mysteries. You got the 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio. That holds mysteries too. But not like Neptune, not like that 12th house, Neptune, Pisces, that sort of thing. So that's why Pisces just knows. Pisces are the knowers, they're the psychics. Scorpios are the seers, and Cancers are the empaths. They feel. That's how that water thing works. So, yeah. Well, if I don't have any questions, let's see. She said, if I get an interpretation of my dream, I'll let you know. Okay, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. I'm trying to think if no, this ain't this, I can't share this stuff online, y'all. But my family, my inner circle, y'all already know, because y'all listen. I share dreams with y'all because y'all be like, "Hey, Matt, what does this dream mean?" Whatever. And I'm telling you, I've had a recurring dream. Pardon me, y'all. I hope y'all didn't hear that. I've had a recurring dream, y'all, for the last. It wasn't recurring. It's recurring characters and location. Recurring characters and location. I got the revelation for why I had those same characters and that same location in those 3 dreams. I got that day when I was looking at when I was getting all that information during that 6th house transit for all of those planets. Blew my mind. So now it's like, y'all, I feel like sometimes we have these recurring dreams because we're not getting the message. And when we finally get the message, we get the understanding of what the dream means, then it goes away. It stops. So that's another phenomenon about the dream world. For any of y'all out there having recurring dreams, I'm here to tell you, if the dream is recurring, it's because there's something, some information that you need to get from that and act on it, and you haven't gotten it. So it's just like the spirit realm or your higher self even is saying, your higher self is downloading this to you again. Okay, they didn't get it. Let me download it again. They didn't get it. Let me download it again. Sometimes these recurring dreams are frustrating because you're like, why do I keep having this dream? Why is this dream? And it's not haunting like scary. It's haunting you as in it won't go away. And it's like, what am I supposed to be? But I told y'all, I gave y'all that pro tip a couple months ago. Ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn from this? The kingdom of God is within you. Ask yourself, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? Stop looking for God outside of you. That radio is inside of you. I put that in that book before I even knew I was spiritual. I was a good Christian when I wrote that book, okay? No offense. I know people move at different timelines, different cycles. You cannot, listen, that cucumber cannot come out of the ground the day after you put the seed in the ground. It doesn't work that way. Divine timing, okay? All right, so I wrote that in that book. I said that radio is inside of you. That came out of me. Like, I didn't even know. Nobody ever taught that to me. I didn't read it in a book anywhere. I wasn't sitting in a class. I was like, talk to God via that radio that you have inside of you. Who knew? Who knew that I actually knew what I was talking about when I didn't know what I was talking about? Who knew? Let's see. You and your feelings said, I have an Aries, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Lilith in my 2nd. So what does it mean if I got all these planets on top of my planets? I have Aries, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Lilith in my 2nd. Okay, so what I'm saying is you may be getting sudden revelations in the form of communication. You could be getting revelations. You could be getting knowledge appearing to you suddenly. You could be getting knowledge about your partnerships. And partnerships aren't just romantic. They could be, they could be like a family member. They could be a business partner, whatever that partnership looks like. It's all Venus rules over all partnerships. The 7th house is about partnership. The first house, it sits opposite the first house of me. The 7th house is we. That's how that works. So you could Lilith is that dark feminine energy. So if all of that's in your 2nd house, and that also could have to deal with your material possessions as well. That could have to deal with your material possessions. So you got that sun, your Mercury, your Venus in the second, all of that stuff's in the 2nd house. That could have to deal with your material possessions. How or things that you value, how you value these things, how you value your work, how you value the way you hold conversation, the way you value conversation and information and communication, the way you value your partnerships. Lilith, that's that dark feminine energy. That's the rebel. That's the opposite of Eve is the good girl. Lilith is the inner bad girl in everybody. And I don't want to say, bad girl as applies to guys, because guys are girls, but everybody's got masculine and feminine energy. Lilith is that dark feminine energy. Okay. That's the shadow side of the sacral, the heart, and the intuition. You got to have that balance. There's no such thing as light without dark. Okay. The trick is to control the shadow. Don't let the shadow control you. That's what it's all about. Okay. That's what that's about. So with Neptune being in Aries, it could affect those other placements as well. You could be getting Neptune is about secrets. It's water, spiritual. You could be having spiritual occurrences. You could be having dreams about things that have to deal with finance, land acquisition. I know a lot of the astrologers say that real estate is a 4th house function. It is a 4th house function when you're talking about the home itself. But real estate acquisition, Matt sees that as a 2nd house, because that's about a material possession. That's about acquiring something. That's 2nd house. So when you're talking about purchasing real estate, if you're talking about purchasing multiple rental properties and that sort of thing, those are 2nd house actions. Yeah, there's that 4th house because 4th house rules over home and family, but it's almost like home from the inside of it. Taurus and Tauruses and Cancers are very much alike. Taurus rules over the 2nd house, Cancer rules over the 4th. So they got some similar inside the house activity, a little bit less similar outside of the house. Again, I hear a lot of people talk about real estate with the 4th house, but real estate is also a Taurian activity as well. When you're acquiring it, when you're acquiring multiple, if you're buying land, that has more to do, because if land doesn't have a house on it, then it's not the 4th house of home and family. There's no home on it, but you still have acquired that land. So that's 2nd house as well. I feel like I'm rambling, but that's what I got for you right now with that, without going into a lot of detail and doing an in-depth reading, you and your feelings. Those are just some tips I want to give you on that. Toro Girl said, how do we increase or remember our dreams? The number one tip I received, Toro Girl, is to keep a dream journal by the bed. Just keep a dream journal. And when you wake up, as soon as you wake up, write that dream down, because the more minutes that go by after you wake up, the more likely it is that you could forget details of it. And I've certainly experienced that myself. So as far as increasing dreams, there are different herbal supplements out there that'll help your dream activity, your dream state. There's different teas you can look at. You can look at different sleep teas. There are dream teas. You can look it up online. There are different tea blends that different people use from around the world. I was drinking for a while. They had this specific brand, and I think they stopped making it. I haven't seen it in a while, but it was I think it was Runa, Runa. I haven't seen Runa tea anywhere, but it is called what is it called? It's called is it Guayusa? Hang on a second, let me look that up really quick. Now when I would drink that tea, I dream all the time. Runa Guayusa tea, is that it? Runa Guayusa tea. Yeah, Guayusa. That tea, I'm told, will help you dream. That I've had 2 different brands. The Runa hit different. Some of the other off brands I've had, but this is the tea. Guayusa tea. that tea will definitely help you dream. It'll help induce the dream state. So you want to help induce the dream state, check out that Guayusa tea, see if that works for you. If you can find Runa, great, because that was the best brand I ever used, and they're not paying me to say it. I haven't found it anywhere. If I ever find something again, I'm gonna buy like 2-3 big bags of it. Because now the thing with Guayusa tea is too, you kind of want to get it in your system, because like some of it is a stimulant too. So you don't want to drink it like right before bed, because it could keep you up a little bit. But they used to do this tea that I used to get at a local healthy supermarket. They're not paying me to advertise, so I'm not going to say their name, but a local healthy supermarket I used to go to, and they used to make this tea called Bob Marley tea. They had a Bob Marley black tea and a Bob Marley green tea, and it had I want to say, I think it had guayusa in it, but it also had melatonin in it. And melatonin is another one. A lot of people don't like melatonin, because melatonin, if you got to get up early, go to work the next morning, melatonin is probably not the best thing to take. That's almost like doing taking an antihistamine, almost like if you do a Benadryl because you got a runny nose at night or something. That Benadryl grogginess, it kind of feels like that too with that. So melatonin. So some people now, they've got some mild melatonin that I've done before. That is instead of milligrams, it's micrograms, and that has worked for me. It just kind of ease you into sleep easy, and you don't wake up with the grogginess. So Nat, you a Pisces? You're saying you're a Pisces? If you're a Pisces, yeah, but the question is, okay, you're a Pisces sun. I get that. So with with the sun in Pisces, your sun is being activated by the North Node. So anybody with any Pisces placements are being activated with this North Node in Pisces right now, because that's the destiny placement. So whatever planets or houses that you have in Pisces, you're going to have increased activity, because it's activated by the North Node, which is the destiny. It's the waypoint. It's the destiny marker. I like to call it the GPS for the world. Just like when the North Node just left Aries in January, it moved from Aries into Pisces. It's stationed in Pisces, but it was already, it was already moving toward Pisces, because things in the cosmos are constantly moving, whether it's fast like Mercury or slow like Pluto. It's moving. It's constantly moving. So now that it's fully in Pisces, all of your Pisces placements, whether it's a planet or whatever house you have Pisces in, is going to be activated. Okay, it's going to be activated. I got Pisces sitting in my fifth house. My fifth house is activated right now. I'm getting way more increased spiritual knowledge, just things that are revelations with regards, because Pisces rules over that 12th house bridge. So Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So revelations. And that's the other thing, the Neptune placement moving Aries. Neptune moving into Aries, that's giving me a little bit more of that, sudden, or not sudden in the same way as Uranus, but again, Aries is about appearances. So I'm getting the appearance of more fifth house information happening right now, because it rules over Neptune rules over Pisces, and I got Pisces in my fifth house. So Neptune therefore is my fifth house ruler, even though Neptune is naturally ruled by the sun. So because Neptune is naturally ruled by the sun is about appearances as well. The sun is about things that we see, areas where we shine, things that the spotlight is shined onto or illuminated. So I'm getting a lot of illumination with regards to fifth house things, being creative. I got 2 books that I'm working on right now. I've been stuck in writer's block for years. I'm out of it now. So I got these books that are flowing. This is how these things work. So you got to look at what house you have Pisces in, and you're going to start to see. And Pisces, again, is about spiritual. It's about things of a spiritual nature. It could also be about reflection, or you could be even receiving information from your higher self. You could be receiving information that you knew in other lifetimes. People ask me all the time. They say, Matt, how did you know that? Or where did you learn that? I'm like, it came to me. I didn't learn this in a book. Nobody taught it to me. I didn't see it in a video. A lot of the stuff I'm dropping, I'm like, this is coming to me. But by some accounts, there's some spiritual and energetic teachers out there that teach this. A lot of things that you're doing well, that nobody taught you, they're just past life memories. You've done it before in another realm, and it's just coming back to you. So that's kind of how that works. Amazon has Runa brand. Okay, they must have it back, because the last time I bought it, last time I looked there, Toro Girl, they didn't have it. So thank you. I'll be ordering some tonight. Thank you. So yeah. Any other questions before we sign off, y'all? Any other questions? So All of these revelations that you're getting right now, that has everything to do with Neptune being in Aries. What was in the water is now coming out of the water. Aries is the rule of the first house. The first house is the baby coming into the world. The 12th house is the senior getting ready, or the elder getting ready to leave the world. Okay? That's that 12th house. 12th house is endings. First house is beginnings. Okay? All right? So, is that a yes, Natty, as in you have another question? If so, drop it in the chat. We'll go probably another 5 minutes, y'all. I'll sign off at 1:20 or before, just in case, just to kind of give some more people any opportunity to ask any questions we have. Let's see. What else do I want to give y'all? Neptune. I was going to talk about the 5th house, but I might talk about that in another video. Correction, they don't. It's an advertisement. Yeah, see. Oh, Toro girl, you got me all worked up. I wonder if they sell factory direct. I wonder if they sell factory direct. I might want to look. That was the best guayusa tea I had. And you can drink it during the day. Like it's not a nighttime sleepy tea. It actually puts you in this. It's weird. It puts you in this relaxed state, but you're like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like it ain't like being high or nothing like that. Because you know, I used to sip guayusa tea while I'm driving the car. It energizes you, but it's a clean. And matter of fact, that's how Runa advertises their brand. They call it clean energy. You're energized, but you don't feel jittery like drinking caffeine out of coffee or espresso or something like that, or an energy drink. This guayusa tea, it was just alert is the best word I could use. It's like I was alert, but it's like I was open. It's almost like being an open-eyed meditation. Like you're aware of everything that's going on around you, but it's like you're open to receiving information. And I loved it. When I ran out of it, I bought another off-brand of guayusa, and I was just like, man, this is what did y'all do? Y'all, is this the after y'all took the tea bags and squeezed them out on some other dried leaves, some regular black tea leaves, and called it guayusa? Like, what are y'all doing over here? You know? But all right, family. So let's see. It's 1:17. I don't see any other questions coming in. So y'all, I think I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. She said the company bought them out and closed down. Tor girl, I'm so tired of that happening. See, you don't want to, y'all. You don't want to be out here sounding like a conspiracy theorist, but you see this stuff happen too much. I don't know if y'all know Chef Aki. There's a sister named Chef Aki. She used to put this product out years ago. It's been over a decade. It's been over 15 years ago, maybe. She used to put out this product called what was it called, y'all? They used to have a challenge on YouTube. It was called Essence of Vitality. She used to make this product called Essence of Vitality. The most bitter thing, I promise you, this is probably the most bitter thing you ever put in your mouth. You had to pinch your nose and drink it. She said, wow, I just saw that too, bought them out and shut it down. Yeah, see, when something works, it's almost like somebody doesn't want it to work. It makes you wonder if these companies that buy this stuff out are repped by Big Pharma. Because the stuff that's good for y'all body, yo, let me find this real quick. Let me find this. Let's see, YouTube. Let's see if they still got those old videos out there. Y'all, we in bonus time now. We ain't talking about nothing. Here we go. If you want to sign off here, feel free to. Just hit the like button on your way out. Let's see. This is from 12 years ago. Essence of Vitality Challenge. This one is, see, that's not even the real one. This one was, let's look at this one from 12 years ago. All right. Yeah, that was the real one right there. Let me bring this up. I'm gonna share this to the screen. Fair use. Let me share this to the screen really quick. I'm gonna show y'all how bitter this stuff was. I bought some. Yo, I tried to soldier it up. I did soldier it up. It wasn't easy though. It was not easy. It was not easy, y'all. All right. Y'all can see this. Let me switch it over.
Peace. It's your boy Brandon Steele once again. Another video. You've seen the ones where I introduced my Mac Cam light and showed you how that works. Well, my cousin right now is videotaping me on the Mac Cam light. That's him. And peace sign. Today he's making another video. We're making another video. I just came over to his house. Just got a new bottle of Essence of Vitality. Been seeing this all over my Facebook page, everywhere. Chef Aki, we want to thank you very much for sending the bottle of Essence of Vitality. I've already got mine. I didn't bring my bottle. I've already finished the bottle last month. Amazing, amazing, amazing. That's all I have to say about this. So I wouldn't go into more details, but get it for yourself. You can try it for yourself. Definitely worth the amount, and the results are incredible, through the roof. So I'm about to man up, like Chef Aki says, and take my shot. This is 1 ounce. She prescribes, I think it's 2 ounces per day. So this is about 1 ounce that I'm gonna take. I might chase it with some water.
You don't want to do that. Not water.
Basically, I probably will chase it with this piece of gum.
You don't want to chase it with water. No.
Before I go in and take this shot, I just want to say that for most of us who are scared of this and don't want to take it because you've been reading about how bitter it is, the results far outweigh the taste, and the benefits of what you will receive from drinking this will far outweigh the taste. So like Chef Aki says, man up. So
yo, shout out to Brandon Steele. I just wanted to give you a shout out, brother. It's your channel, your content. I know it's been a while up there, but I want to give you a shout out if you see my video.
Here we go. Salud.
Cheers.
And there you go. Normally,
look at his face. Look at his face.
Rid of the taste. I will.
He's trying to act hard. Look at his face.
You can take a lime and do it just like a shot of tequila. Chase it with the lime.
It's working on him already.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll just drink some water.
He frowned it. It's working on him already. I'm telling y'all. Look at him. Look at him.
That's it.
Yo.
So I definitely would suggest that you go out, get your.
All right. So listen, dandelion root got nothing. Yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah. I got you. But I'm telling you. She said no. I was saying Pisces is my sign March 9th. Okay. We'll talk, cousin. We'll talk offline. Yo, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all about. Look, I'm gonna keep it raw with y'all. I'm gonna keep it raw with y'all 100. That Essence of Vitality. The first time I took it, like the instructions back then was like, if this is your first time, take 4 ounces and then do 2 ounces for like another 2-3 days after that, and then you got to take a break from it. Let me tell you something. Y'all see me, right? It's like I just drank it. That memory never leaves you. I took that 4 ounces and I'm looking at the challenges and everybody's telling me, and you know, wifey, she over there, I can't, So man, let me give you give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Then you smell it, you're like, oh, that's strong. Like, whatever, man. I'm a soldier. Your nose starts running. Your face gets hot a little bit. And I started sweating a little bit, just a little bit. Not like I was having a reaction or anything like that. But yo, that stuff cleared out my sinuses. And once it got down in your stomach, it immediately goes to work. It's like it would draw out all of the toxins out of you. It's like it would just draw them out, just collect them. And you just be like laying on your side like, oh, why did I do that? But let me tell you something. I'm keeping it raw with y'all, all right? I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. When you go to that bathroom and you sat down, you just thought, oh, okay, you know, I had a normal bowel movement, whatever. When you got up and turned around, it looked like there was a bowling ball in that toilet. The first time. You're like, where did all that come from? And your stomach would just get flatter and flatter. And you felt like energized. You felt like, you know, if you see a plant wilted and then you water it and then it stands up. That stuff was, listen, I know that stuff is curing people of diseases. I know it was. It had Pau D'Arco in it. It has some other, there's some knockoff Essence of Vitalities out there right now, but they don't have that original formula. And y'all know what these big companies do. Somebody probably said, hey, Chef Aki, let's talk to you for a minute. I'm sending my guys down. I'm sending my attorneys down. They didn't want to talk to you. You got this product, Essence of Vitality, right? Yeah, man, you see it on the internet. A lot of people are taking it. Looks like it works. A lot of your people are taking it. Looks like it's working well on them. We want to buy it. It's not for sale. We're going to show you a number, okay? We want to buy it. And it might be advantageous to you to take this check. I'm not saying that's what happened because I don't know Chef Aki like that. I don't even know her personally. But I'm just saying, y'all see the movies. When they want something off the market, they're going to pay you a pretty penny for it. Why? Because money really has no value. Money really has no value. It really doesn't. Money, listen, like right now, I know people, y'all, I've told y'all before, I'm a real estate agent. I'm not active anymore. I do referrals and that sort of thing. But I tell people now, people like, hey, man, yeah, you know, somebody calling off me, da-da-da-da-da for my house. I'm like, do you have someplace to go? Because it sounds to me like you swapping a roof, shelter from the storm and rain for some cash. Where you going to go? Are you going to move to another state where the real estate is cheaper? Because if you're trying to buy right back around here, you're not going to get what you're selling for the amount of money they're giving you. That's how these things work. So they buy it off you. They take it off the market because too many people are being helped for it. And I remember she had something on her label. It says replenishes the 12 essential cell salts. So I guess there's that number 12 again, right? 12 zodiac signs, 12 gates to New Jerusalem. That 12 is a powerful number. It's a powerful number, right? 12 DNA strands, 12 cell salts. That thing said this detoxes the body and replenishes the essential 12 essential cell salts. Let me tell you something. I never felt healthier, y'all. And they bought that stuff off the market. Next thing, you couldn't find it. You could not find it. I went around looking for it. I was offering to buy people's off of them. And then you couldn't find it. So he was correct when he told you that the benefits far outweighed the bitter taste. So, you know, hey, look, if there's anybody out there that knows that original, or if there's a website out there or a YouTube page or something, somebody knows what those original herbs were and those mixtures, and they putting it together, put that out. Why? I'm going to show y'all why. This is crazy. We just talked about this. This was a live example of this right here, y'all. Where is it? What y'all just saw was a live example of this right here. See, you can't make this stuff up, y'all. Look what I'm doing. Is this not a collective right now? Is this not a group thing that we're doing online? Neptune sitting in the 11th house. Let me see if it's shouldn't have moved yet. No, it's still in the 11th house. Okay. Neptune and Aries in the 11th house. You see what's happening? And this is destiny. Pisces is sitting right now in the 11th house. Information coming across the ether. Saturn is sitting in the 11th house right now. Mercury is sitting in the 11th house right now. Venus is sitting in the 11th house right now. I can't make this stuff up, y'all. I can't make it up. Y'all just saw a live example of it. I cannot make this up. Here's a secret revealed. How many people knew that? See, and who started that? Let me go back through the chat. Who started that? Man, this is crazy, y'all. I'm telling, man, when I tell y'all this stuff is real, I mean it's real. Who started that? Tora Girl said the company bought them out and closed down. If we're not sitting here, 22 in the chat. 22 is the master number. The number of the master number of the master builder. If we building right now, y'all. We building. It just dropped to 21. I can't make this stuff up. That was a revelation right there. That was a revelation. I had completely forgotten about Essence of Vitality. Somebody needed to hear that because guess what? Somebody going to try to concoct something now that says, hey, if they're going to do that, we're going to combat them back like this. If it's good for you and it's helping certain people, they want it gone off the market. Nah, we can't have no money. We can't have y'all being healthy. We need y'all sick so y'all can buy this medication on a regular. And that's what I was going to say, y'all. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to say it anyway. I don't care. I was going to say this the other week. I never got around to it. I was going to ask the question, what do churches and pharmacies have in common? There's one on every corner, and you got to keep coming back to get a refill. I'm tempted to go further. Y'all take that. Y'all take the football and run with it. We run a track. All right. I'm running. Here you go. I'm handing that baton off to the next person. Y'all run with it. Churches and pharmacies have the same thing in common. There's one on every corner. Same people coming there, getting refills for their prescription. Think what you will of that. Heard TD Jake step down, by the way. I recently heard TD Jake step down. Yeah, if that's true, somebody put it in the chat. I heard TD step down. A lot of stuff falling right now. The matrix is crumbling. The matrix is crumbling. Can't make this stuff up, y'all. You just saw live what happens when Neptune is in Aries. That just appeared out of the water. Spirit. It was hidden. It just came out. It just came out. He did. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That was hidden. It just got revealed. All right. I'm at 1:30 now. I know that's my spirit team. They like Matt think we gonna let him. Y'all, let me get up out of here. I'm gonna get them tonight. I'm gonna get them back tonight. It's been 90 minutes. Listen, y'all, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button for me. All right. Please do. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. I hope you learned something. Listen, go back, rewatch this video. If you got a question, please hit me up in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer the question if I can, as long as it doesn't turn into a private consultation in the comments. We don't do that. But quick question, I'll be happy to answer it. So go back, rewatch the video. You got any questions, anything like that? Let me know. But y'all, that this has been mind blowing. This has been mind blowing, y'all. You saw it real time here. That was a real time example of information appearing. Mercury information, Venus partnerships. Taurus girl partnered with me without knowing it. She partnered with me to get y'all that message, right? Boom. Appearances. And Uranus is in Taurus, and we're in the Taurus season, and that was sudden, unexpected activity. And Uranus is also unconventional. It rules over the sign of Aquarius, and guess what? Pluto's in Aquarius right now. And Pluto's sitting in the 9th house. Aquarius knocks down structures that do not serve humanity. Pluto in Aquarius knocks down structures that do not serve humanity. The 9th house is the house of higher wisdom. 3rd house is the house of knowledge. 9th house is the house of wisdom. We share the 3rd house is the house of the student. 9th house is the house of the teacher. Pluto, destruction and regeneration. Y'all, we just did all of that. We just did all of that in this call tonight. We just did all of that. I said call, geez. In this live stream. Maybe somebody's getting a phone call about something. I don't know. We just did that in this live stream, okay? We got, at this current time here in the East Coast where I am, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets sitting in the 11th house. Sitting in the 11th house. And we're doing 11th house activity right here. And we're talking about Neptune. Neptune. Secrets, visions, dreams, hopes. Things that are hidden, subconscious. When it moves into Aries, it's got to come out. It's got to come out, y'all. I can't believe that. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I'm as blown away as I was a few days ago when I was looking at all of those planets sitting in the 6th house and I was getting all of these details. Y'all, if you don't believe this stuff is real, I ain't got nothing. Ain't nothing else I can do for you. All right. So thank y'all for being here. Everybody that's in the chat, I thank y'all. I love y'all. Do me a favor. If you haven't done so, tap that like button on the way out. And if you are new to this channel and you enjoy being entertained, educated, uplifted, inspired, hit that subscribe button for me. And make sure you set the notification bell to all so you'll be notified when I upload new content. All right. And last but not least, y'all, I say this all the time. Not last but not least. Second to last but not least. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is a verb. It is a noun as well. But when we focus on the verb version of love, the noun version always takes care of itself. And last but not least, if you want to arrive at the fullness of your destiny, you have to operate in full authenticity. I've been talking this authenticity theme with people privately all week. What would you do? Well, I don't want this person to think. What would you do if you didn't care what that person would think? Well, I would. That's your authentic self. Do that. Hey, Matt, hit me up later. Matt, I did it. This was the result. Man, I feel so great. I feel so much better. That's because you are now in alignment with your higher self. Your higher self is perfect. Yeah, people say all the time, well, none of us is perfect. None of our lower selves are perfect. But the higher self version of you is perfect. All you got to do is remember that and step into that frequency. Step into that frequency. That's it, family. So if you want to arrive at your highest, if you want to fulfill your destiny, you have to operate in 100% authenticity. If you're not being authentic, then who are you? I don't know. You don't even know yourself. When you look in the mirror and you're not being authentic, you don't even know who you are. That's why so many people are walking around lost. Be authentic. All right, that's all I got for y'all, family. I love you guys. Cousin, hit me up on Messenger. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I might be slow to respond because I don't have Facebook on my devices anymore. I have to log on to the computer. But better yet, hit me up on Instagram Messenger. I will see that. I'll talk to y'all later, family. Peace. I love you guys.